We are live. Welcome, everybody. I don't even know if anybody's in here yet. Doesn't look like it. So we'll just chat a bit. This is JohnnyKpicks. We're going to do our post-fight reactions for UFC Vegas 49. And it was a goodie. It was a good one.
Yeah, what a night. We had our prelim opener, Altamirano and Hernandez. Our Chicago boy, Hernandez.
Chicago represent.
We had our Dana White Contender Series alum debuts, right?
Yes, both of them were coming off of Dana White Contender Series wins. They both won a split decision. And yeah, it was a very close fight. Hernandez was looking good. They both had their moments. I personally picked Hernandez to win this fight. I thought his takedowns and grappling was going to be an advantage. And he didn't really use it that much, actually. And I was kind of surprised. He did get him down once in the first round, I believe.
Right at the end of the first round, he scored a takedown, and it kind of lasted, till the end of the round. But he didn't really do anything with it. They had significant strikes. I think it was 19-19 going into the second. So it was a close first round.
But yeah, it could have went either way. I did personally have it Hernandez winning 29-28. I thought the judges made a right decision this time. But it was one of those fights where you're like, hey, it's Dana White. They're both trying to get in the UFC. They're newcomers. They're kind of green. It's one of those fights, and it was a good fight to start the night off. And I don't think there was any robbery, nothing crazy about that fight. It was just overall a good fight. Good thing to start the night off. Nothing else really to talk about, I don't think, unless you have some tidbits.
I know when they were showing those tweets up on screen during the fights. Are you guys seeing Tajik Bey, whatever his name is? If I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry, but he loves to just misscore the fights and tweet out some BS just to be a contrarian. I think he was like he was really scoring the first round for Altamirano, but when it was clearly either even or Hernandez winning. So a lot of those kind of tweets from him during the night, but we'll get to that.
Yes. That's all I got for this fight. What's the next one here?
All right. Well, then moving right along we had Brachima and Gilmore.
Well,
no surprise with this one, eh?
Yeah, no surprise here. I know in my predictions video, I said if Brachima does not get a first round submission, I didn't even say finish, submission in the first round, then he needs to be cut from the UFC. And what did he do? He came out, shot for the takedown, got what he needed to do, got behind him on his back, and got the rear naked choke, got a submission in the first round like he should have. Gilmore is not a UFC fighter. Dare I say he is a trash can. He should not be in the UFC. I love that he, stepped up on short notice in the Dana White Contender Series, and I'm sure the UFC was trying to, throw him a bone for doing that for him and gave him a couple fights, maybe a 2-fight contract. I'm hoping he doesn't get one more because he's going to lose. But he just needs to go after this. Like, great for him. Maybe just go back to the regional scene and maybe try to get a little bit better. I know he's a little older. He's 34, but maybe that's where he belongs. Maybe he can just stay in there and stuff. That's all I got for this one. I mean, it was quick. Yeah. So
I mean, he did look much better at 170 physically, but he still couldn't stop a takedown to save his life, even when he was grabbing the fence. So.
Yeah, very good point. I forgot. He did look a lot better on the scales and in the ring or octagon when he was 170, because 185 he looked a little soft, if you want to say, but 170 he looked cut, he looked better. I was like, okay, he's ready for this fight. And it was the same old Gilmore. Let's be honest.
Your boy Rami's had Bilal in his corner, so that's your boy Bilal as well.
Yes.
I know you're a Bilal lover.
Chicago guy, Bilal. It's my guy, man. Chicago.
I'm just now seeing.
Could you tell? Could you tell Chicago?
It was a Chicago themed night, so.
Well, I can't really tell right there. It's White Sox. I swear to God. Next fight. Let's go.
All right. Enough said about that one. Then we have Perez and Martinez.
Well, Perez was definitely one of my most confident picks of the night. He looked dominant.
And I'm going to Perez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Martinez. Did I say
like,
Perez?
Yeah,
okay, sorry. Let me go back. Martinez was one of my most confident picks of the night, and he looked dominant for the 14 minutes, 56 seconds of the fight, except that one knockdown in the first round, which had me scared after that. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he popped right up, though,
But luckily the bell saved him because who knows? You know what I mean? But I was scared, and because I had 3 bets on him, and I'm like, this is going to ruin 3 different bets, a couple parlays. Actually, I think all 3 of them he was a parlay piece. I'm like, this is my most safest confident parlay piece of the night. And then he came through and he looked dominant, great kicks, great punches towards the end. He didn't really throw a lot of punches in the beginning, but in the second and third round, he started throwing punches and he didn't throw too many kicks. But he was the better fighter for sure. And he should have won like that. Just the first round knockdown at the last second scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And let's not forget that Perez came out with his cucumber pants. I don't know if you guys watched our last live stream, but when a fighter comes out wearing those green fight kits, we get a little worried. We call it the cucumber curse. So Perez went down with the cucumber pants.
Yeah, if I am a firm believer, if my fighter that I pick or bet has cucumber pants, aka green fight trunks on, they are gonna lose. Or if I pick against the fighter who's coming out with green, they're gonna lose. So it doesn't even matter. Green is the curse for me. So when I saw he had green on, I was like, game over. I already won this one. So
yeah, it seemed like it took Martinez a whole round to recover from that, the end of the first round. But he looked a lot sharper in the third. It looked like he had recovered.
Yeah, for sure. He did look like he was slowing down a bit in the second. I don't know if he would, like you said, I don't know if he was trying to recover from that shot at the end, but he looked like a little out of sorts. But the third round hit, he was back to normal. He was pushing forward, and he looked great. And he dominated basically the whole fight. He looked great, except that 4 seconds at the end of the first round.
So do you think he dominated that 30-27 scorecard? Because I know 2 judges had a 29-28, and then that third one had a 30-27. What do you think about that?
Listen, for me, I don't care if it was a brutal knockdown or what. If you're winning 4 minutes and 56 seconds of that fight, the whole fight, you should win that round. Not one knockdown at the very last second. It's just like the same as saying someone took somebody down with like 5 seconds left and that sealed the round. Like, no, it didn't do anything.
Right.
So that didn't do anything to me because, I mean, maybe if nothing went on the whole round and that was a deciding factor, yes. But Martinez was destroying him in the first round. So I'm 30-27 all day.
You're good with it?
29, I mean, that's fine, but it's not right. So
we have bigger issues, bigger fish to fry with the judges later
on.
So
just wait around. Wait.
All right, moving on to the lightweight boys, we had McKinney and Zion.
Who was it?
Terence Mckinney.
Terence Mckinney. Yeah. Oh, my Chicago guy. T-Rex. Chicago guy.
Yep.
Another Chicago guy right up here. I really liked McKinney in this fight. I think he had the grappling advantage. I thought he even had the striking advantage, even though that was close. And he was the more explosive, dangerous fighter. So when those 3 things add up, I mean, it's hard to, and he was the underdog. Like, all of these was like going for me. Like, why was he the underdog?
I'll tell you why.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
Because he came out in cucumber pants.
Oh, he did.
He conquered the curse. It's okay. But he got the sub. He looked great. I'm glad he didn't jump off the cage and injure his knee again after the fight. So
that's very true. That fight. I think McKinney slipped and Zion tried to take him down, and after that, I mean, McKinney just uses wrestling because Zion has 0 ground game. Like, he's not good on the ground. So I don't know why anyone thought that he was going to do anything on the ground. Because once McKinney got him down, I thought it was going to be game over too.
He flattened him out. Yeah, he flattened him out.
And he used his wrestling and jiu-jitsu, got a rear naked choke on him, I think, was it? I think it was rear naked choke. And yeah, game over. I mean, that was a quick one. I didn't think he was going to be that quick, but he impressed me more than I thought he could in that fight.
The kid's good.
I thought it was going to be a closer fight than that, but no. T-Rex in the
first round. Good job, buddy. All right, moving right along, we had our first women's fight, Josiane Nunez and Ramona Pascual.
Well, I don't like betting on women's MMA anymore. It's just a bugaboo for me. I always pick the wrong fighter when they should win, or I think it's going to be one way and it's the other. But I had to bet this one. I had to bet on Nunes. She was the better striker. I didn't think Pascual was that great. She didn't fight anybody great. This is her UFC debut. It's just nothing added up to me to where I couldn't not pick Nunes. And she looked great. Her jab was great. She's a little wild at times, but she has the power to back it up. And she was the shorter fighter and the smaller fighter, and she looked great. I thought she looked good.
She was smaller and she was shorter. There was barely a reach advantage, though, for Pascual. Everyone was commending Pascual, how she has such a good chin and she's so tough. And I'd like to point out that she probably stepped in that ring at 160 pounds. She barely had to cut weight for this fight. So, yeah, of course, she's going to look tough and like she can take some shots to the chin, because when you don't have to cut and you step in that ring that heavy, I mean, she could have been fighting at a men's lightweight with how heavy she was tonight. So.
Yeah, I mean, seeing Nunes at 145 is crazy at 5'2". I mean, ugh.
Yeah.
But
so,
I mean, I get it. It was a short notice fight for Pascual as well. So maybe she knew she couldn't get down to 135. But either way, I knew Nunes was the better fighter. She was going to be the better striker, and she had more power in her hands. And I mean, again, it was almost a no-brainer pick. And I hate betting on women's MMA, but that's the one time you have to be like, listen, everything is for me right here for this fighter. And if they lose, they lose. So that's all I got on that one. What's the next one here?
All right, moving right along. If I could get the right page here.
Did we miss a fight? I feel like we missed a fight.
Did we? Who did we miss?
I don't know. I feel like there was one more fight after Martinez. Or did?
I don't know. I don't think so, Johnny.
Let me look real quick.
Double check me.
Let's see. Brachima, Martinez. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was Brachima. We went real quick over that one.
It was real quick,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're good. You're good. You're right. As always.
All right. And we got another Bilal in the corner for this fight. It's Brachima and Rangju, who missed weight by a lot.
So I was really high on Brachima before the weight cut, or before the weigh-ins. And then I saw Rong miss weight, and he looked rejected.
Rejected,
whatever you want to say. And I just knew right then and there to place another bet on Brachima because he was going to win this no matter what. So yeah, going into this fight, he was the better fighter, way better striker, has great takedown defense. I didn't expect the submission. I'll give him. I think that was his first submission of his career, which is good for him. And he looked amazing, like I said. And he just put on a Bobby Green striking clinic from last week, actually, or the couple weeks ago when he fought Nazareth. Like, that's what it basically was. Like Rong had no way of getting inside at all. And Brachima kept sticking the jab, kept kicking him.
He had a really good jab.
Really good jab all day.
Absolutely.
You got anything on this one?
Yeah, I mean, it ended in some kind of angled choke. They ended up calling it a guillotine. Did that look like a guillotine to you?
It didn't really. I don't think it was a guillotine. I want to say it was more like a Darce choke, if you will, or north-south, or whatever they call it. It was a choke. I'll just say that. It was a choke. But like I said, his first submission win of his career, good for him. He looked great. He's 24 years old. He's going to be a problem just because of his size. And I think he can, he's got potential. I don't want to say he's top 15 potential, but yeah, he's good.
Yeah, 6'3". He's a big dude for lightweight, so.
Big dude. One of the biggest.
Did we mention that he was fighting out of Chicago? I know he's from Chile.
Once again, fighting out of Chicago. We got the Chicago parlay, which I didn't do.
Oh, you missed the Chicago parlay.
It was Hernandez, McKinney, and Brachima Chicago parlay, either from Chicago or fighting out of Chicago. So little tidbit there. Yeah. And there was one more out of Chicago. Dang it. Oh no. I think Dariush, this card would have been another one.
Right.
Would have been if he fought.
That would have been
so I think he's obviously fighting out of Chicago. So.
Right. Yeah, but he was fighting out of Chicago by way of Chile. But all right, moving on to the main card. So that's the end of the prelims there.
And then just so you know, I was perfect for picking in the prelims.
He was.
And now we're just
The
going to
main
go
card kind of goes downhill.
So here we go.
All right, we got Petrosian and Rodriguez. Petrosian making his debut.
I don't even. You go first, John. I'm kind of mad about this one, to be honest.
I don't know. They were kind of feeling each other out in the first minute of round one, but Rodriguez threw a powerful right. Then there was a strike war. Rodriguez was pressuring, initiating. Petrosian had some inside leg kicks. Petrosian definitely outstruck that round, though.
Do you think he won the first round?
I would say the way the judges were
okay,
scoring.
Don't worry about the judges. Do you think?
I mean, yeah, he outstruck in round one. I'd say
volume-wise.
Yes.
Did he land the cleaner shots? More powerful?
No, not cleaner, maybe, but not more powerful.
Okay.
So he outstruck for sure.
All right, what do you think about the second and third?
I mean, you go ahead. But
second and third for me were Rodriguez. I will give Petrosian the first round, but I personally think that Rodriguez was landing way more significant strikes, as in damaging. And I don't understand the judges sometimes when they just want to change from night to night what they judge,
or fight to fight,
even fight to fight. And I just don't get it. Like, stay consistent. Like, what are you looking at? I don't even know what to look at anymore. Because I'm getting on the judges. I should get on the fight. I'm sorry. I think Rodriguez won this fight. Let me just start over. I think Rodriguez won this fight. I'm not gonna say it was a robbery. It was really close. But I know I'm going to say the judges again. I know one judge gave him a 30-27 Petrosian, and that's garbage. Like, there's no way Petrosian won all 3 rounds. Like, I can kind of see 2. But I really thought Rodriguez had this. Like I said, I thought he landed the more significant strikes, the more cleaner strikes, the more damaging strikes, especially in – the third round was really close, though, because it was Rodriguez in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then Petrosian came on strong at the end. So that was a tough one to call, but I thought Rodriguez just looked a little bit better in the first. I don't know. It was really close fight, but I would have said Rodriguez.
I don't know. Armin's face was just pissing blood in round 3.
That was that kick.
Yeah.
But
Petrosian does not stop with those leg kicks. He's a kickboxer. Just a steady stream of kicks. So maybe that kind of played a part in the judges. But I can see judging volume over, sparse power shots. But
I mean, if the judges want to do volume over damaging strikes, fine.
But stay consistent.
Stay consistent. Night after night, fight after fight. Do it that way, please and thank you. Even though that's really not how it should go. It should be damage first, because that's how it is.
That's okay. They changed their minds in the next few fights, so don't worry.
Oh, did they? I didn't know.
All right, guys.
What's the next fight? Anyways, I'll just say I thought Rodriguez won that fight. Good showing from Petrosian, though. Very close fight. Not a robbery. I just had the other side, but hey, that's fine.
All right, moving on.
Who do you think won?
No, I mean,
who do you think won?
No, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. We're not moving on until you tell me.
I already threw the piece of paper down, so
Okay.
We're on to the next fight, guys. It's Johnny K's fight of the night, Alvarez and Sarukian.
Well,
let's go.
I'll be honest. This was my fight of the night, and then after Sarukian cut him up right about here to here, it was over. Like, Alvarez just gave up. He had he knew he had no chance, especially on his back. It was just gushing all over his eyes. He had no idea what Sarukian was doing when he was on his back. So I'm not faulting him. It's kind of a bummer because I really was looking forward to this fight, and that cut kind of ruined it for me. And it didn't do Alvarez any favors whatsoever. And he kind of quit, and I'll admit it, and it sucks. And it was a really huge cut, and it was just
you kind of got a shot of it in the corner when they were like filling it. It was a huge gash on his nose. I mean, the end of the first round, it was the true definition of a bloodbath. I mean, the man couldn't see from the blood pouring out of his nose.
I mean, I was just so looking forward to this fight. I really thought Alvarez had a chance because he's a really big dude. And he destroyed Moises. And I know Sarukian is better than Moises, but man, he made Alvarez look like
Those are some nasty elbows. Those are some nasty elbows.
He like Tsarukyan, I knew he was already good, but he like that fight made him. It should catapult him up to like a number 7, number 8 fight. Like he definitely needs to be in a top 10 now. Like he's that good.
Nick had Tsarukyan to win, so
nice.
Yeah,
I mean, not a bad bet. Not a bad bet. I mean, I thought Alvarez was gonna win. I liked his odds. You can't pass up a plus 245 when you grab it. Like that, I mean, I thought it was gonna be a closer fight. It didn't at first. It didn't. Obviously, it didn't turn into a close fight, but.
It was an unfortunate
event. If he didn't get that cut, it might have changed a little bit of the outcome. Maybe who knows?
It was an
but Tsarukyan was dominating. I am not saying like that was Tsarukyan was dominating the whole fight, and it was a great win by him. And I just wish the fight would have lasted a little bit longer. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see if Alvarez can come through. But that cut, like I said, I think he quit. He knew it was bad, and he couldn't see. And Tsarukyan was just pummeling him.
Just elbow after elbow.
And he couldn't see.
I'm surprised Chris didn't call it earlier.
Yeah. But I could have seen it. But, hey, it was an unfortunate event for him, and I'm sure Alvarez will be back. He's good. So he's not as good as Tsarukyan, I guess.
Johnny, the people want to know what's in your cup.
What's in my cup? Who said that?
The people.
No, the people.
Dude, man, bro time.
This is, what did you make me again? No, that was from last week. Yeah. This is a whiskey guava.
Fancy. You got to say that with your pinky out.
Guava?
It's a guava.
So, yeah. That's all I got for that fight. It was a quick fight. It sucks. Can't really go over it too much. A lot of these fights were quick. So far, anyways.
All right, moving on to the next women's fight. We had Jian Kim and Priscilla Cochiera. Little Keith on the mat. Ref in the fight. I don't know if you guys can tell how upset John is over this.
Listen. I didn't have a bet on this fight.
Smart.
I picked Kim. She got robbed. How on earth did anyone think that Cochiera won 29-28? Or even at all? At all.
Like, you know who? No, I'm not going to say it.
You should, because it really just got...
Clint thought.
Clint is a very good MMA.
He's so good.
Better.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
That's all we're gonna say about that.
But very good fight. Actually, it probably should be fight of the night. It was bloody. It was nonstop action. Both fighters were landing.
Both fighters were bloody.
But even though Kim landed about double what Cochiera was landing.
At the end, or towards the end of the first, it was so funny because Kim was clearly ahead in significant strikes. And I think either Felder or Fitzgerald were like, yeah, Kim has definitely outstruck Cochiera. And Bisping was like, what? Really? Oh, I'm sorry. You were too busy talking about fucking Happy Gilmore and baseball commentary. He didn't even know who was getting more significant strikes.
I don't think Bisping watches the fights as it goes on. I think he just catches like the replays after the rounds.
Like, oh, really?
He just talks sometimes. And
yeah, he was talking about
I'm glad that
Felder
kind of called him out there because, yeah, Kim was landing way more volume. I thought she was landing the cleaner shots as well, and especially the first and second rounds. Now, I'm not saying Cochiera didn't do anything. She did land a lot of good, powerful strikes, but Kim was landing double the volume, and she still landed a lot of clean strikes. And then in the third round, it was a really close round. I would give that one to Cochiera. Very slim, though, because she did come on late. But rounds 1 and 2 were Kim, and it wasn't even close. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, I mean, it turned into a brawl in the third, but like you said, definitely round 1 and 2 Kim, just significant strikes alone. But yeah, Cochiera just threw some wild lucky shots. Half the time she was projecting those shots. Everyone could see him coming. Like Kim was doing a great job of avoiding them, but
we got a comment from Dude Man Bro Time says that Bisping only has one eye and there's a cat on my chair. And yeah, that's why I can't see much.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can't see, well, it doesn't help when he's using that one eye to tell stories and not look at the fight anyway. But
are you okay?
Just ignore it.
All right. Well, there's a cat on my chair. Don't worry about it.
All right, moving right along. Are we done with that fight?
I've been done with that fight. It's that was terrible judging. All the judges said 29-20. It wasn't even a split decision. That was the funniest part about it.
No, I agree with Dushan. I feel sorry for Kim too. That was some BS. So.
Yeah, and then and the bad thing about it is Kim, I think she lost 2 fights before this fight, and so now she's on a 3-fight losing streak.
Oh, yikes.
And then the UFC might cut her, and there's no way. She looked really good in that fight. She should have won. And I just don't get it. I just really don't get. I don't get judges. And then we'll go back to this again. So the Rodriguez and Petrosian fight, they favored volume over power, and then all of a sudden the same night now it's power over volume. Where is the consistency? Where is it?
I would hate to be a fighter going into a fight not knowing what to do for the judges, but
it's crazy. And I know you probably heard this before, but it's like you never let the judges decide fights. So you need to go in there, you need to finish it, whether it's by knockout or submission. Like, don't let the judges handle your fights because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, no one knows what's going to happen. It could be different from every night, every fight. Every judge looks at it differently. There's no consistency whatsoever. I can go on for days, but let's go on to the next fight.
Let's. All right. This was a good one. The co-main. We had Turman and Sirkunov.
Oh, yeah.
Wellington Turman. All right.
So my fade of the night, no bet on this fight because I knew it was going to be close, and both these guys aren't that great. Let's be honest. But my fade of the night was fade Misha. Why? Because he doesn't do anything after the first round at all. Like, he gasses so hard. That's where he's the most dangerous, and he's a very good grappler, non-existent striker. I knew Turman could last 1 round. That's it. Now, after that, I didn't know what was going to happen. But if I'm going to fade Misha, he's going to lose in the 2nd and 3rd round. And Turman's young enough. He does push the pace. And I'll be honest, that submission surprised the hell out of me.
That was a sneaky one. Misha had top control, and just all of a sudden it ended in an armbar by Turman.
He tapped immediately. And I was like, yeah, that's my guy.
That was a sneaky sub.
I should have bet it.
Who's Glover was in the corner?
Glover was in the corner of Turman.
Turman,
yeah.
Nice.
They're both Brazilian. I think they're actually training together now. So.
Very cool.
So he probably taught him that move, man. Glover's good, but that was also a very good fight. Turman did control the first half of the first round, and then Misha took over the second half. And then after that, we know what happened. We just described it. So it was a pretty good fight. There was a lot of really quick fights. Like, there was only maybe a few decisions that we could talk about. Like, all these are just really quick. I feel like we're flying.
Yeah, good thing, because a lot of the decisions were disappointing. But speaking of quick fights, let's
see what I mean. There's another one.
To the main event, Makhachev and Green.
The main event.
The main event, guys.
Well, we all knew Makhachev was going to win. Let's be honest. I did pick Makhachev as anyone would have, but I was rooting so hard for Bobby. I just wish he.
Why did he throw a high kick?
It was
when he knows there's such a danger of a takedown.
I know. It wasn't even a high.
Who told him to do that? It was a body shot.
It was a body shot, right?
Well, that's higher than you wanted.
Yeah, you don't listen. If you're scared of a takedown,
who
you
told
do
him
not
to do that?
Kick higher than a low leg
with
kick.
Islam Makhachev. No, I'll just throw a higher kick.
It was the only way Makhachev was going to win. Is if he got him to the ground, and once that happened, I was like, there we go. Quick and easy. So,
wow.
I mean, it was a quick fight. We all knew he was going to win. I'm kind of surprised it was by TKO. I thought it was going to be a by submission, but it doesn't matter.
It just would have delayed the inevitable, but why? Like, was that a fight IQ thing? Like, why did he throw? Did they not? The first thing you said, you're like, as long as he doesn't throw a higher kick, like, he won't get taken down as fast.
I just wish he would have just made it through the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I think I even told you, I'm like, I just don't want them on the ground when they're not sweaty.
Yeah. What does he do?
And then what happens? Like, boom. And I'm like, well, it's going to be over very soon. And I know Bobby Green has good wrestling, but Makhachev's wrestling is on a different level. Like, it is not even like normal wrestling. It's Dagestani wrestling that they have their own style, basically. And they just keep you to the ground. It's so good. And I mean, like I said, I was rooting for him. It didn't happen. Yeah.
We had a good question in the chat.
Oh, go ahead.
Who would you give the fight bonuses to tonight?
Ooh, fight bonuses. Well, let me see. I would say Turman.
That was a good.
That surprised the hell out of me. Fight of the night. Not unfortunately, should be Kim and Cochiera. Kim should have won, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I think
they definitely deserve fight of the night
performance bonus
or performance bonuses. I'm trying to think who was some other good ones.
You said Turman. That's what I was gonna say.
That just rings like that's like the first thing that comes to my mind. It was more surprising than anything. It was quick. Sarukian was good too. I don't think I would give him one. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Who else had some finishes? And Brachima should have finished him, so I'm not gonna give Brachima any performance of the night.
There wasn't any like, crazy knockout or anything, so yeah, I mean, I would agree.
Yeah, not a lot of. I don't think there was any knockouts.
No,
like actual
TKO,
TKO knockouts, unless it was ground and pound. That's about it. So, Turman and Kim and Cochiera should get bonuses for sure. And then after that, I would just keep them in your pocket, UFC. Keep it. Do it for do it for next week. There's going to be tons of great fights next week.
Roll it over.
Roll it over and give them out. It was a quick night.
It was a quick night.
I mean, it's only 9 o'clock.
Dang. It was less than 6 hours.
I know. Do you have anything to add?
I have nothing to add. I don't know if you want to roll through some of the chat if we missed anything.
Let's see what we got here. Next card. Let's see. Next card, Umar, Colby, Tager, Parlay. I like it. They all should win pretty easily. Those are my picks as of now. And then I'll probably get out my video tomorrow. I like that parlay. I was actually thinking about doing like a Kevin Holland. Who else was it? I can't think off the top of my head. I know Farhat was going to be in there for Faro, but she's gone now. And there was one more I can't think of. But yeah, that's a good parlay. I like it. Let's see what else we got here. Judges are wild. Rodriguez and Kim won. Totally agree with that. Kim, a lot of Kim backers, 100%. Fight of the night should get bonuses. Ending it hands down quickly should be one of those getting bonuses. Yep, or shouldn't. Sorry. Yeah, especially if like Brachima, he was fighting a trash can. He should have finished it. He finished it. You don't need a bonus for that. You kept your UFC job for doing that, because if you didn't, you should be cut. And I don't care if he won. If he won by decision, cut him. That's all I got.
John's cut.
I am done. I swear we're missing some fights.
If we're firing people, we should be firing judges, right?
Did we miss anything?
Double check, but I don't think so.
Well, Bahamonda's submission was good. I don't think probably wasn't bone. Oh, McKinney was good. That was good too. Yeah, there's really not a lot though.
Yeah, there was.
Those would be mine for sure. But yeah, there was a lot of finishes tonight. That's why everything was quick. Yeah. I feel like we didn't go over anything. I feel like you guys are like, wow, guys, you didn't really do anything for the 10-minute live chat. Everything was quick. I couldn't even go over anything because it was either like a first round submission or
a frustrating
decision. Exactly.
Could we complain anymore?
But all right, guys, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll do this more every other week and stuff like that. We'll see if we can do it. Yeah, we'll see you next week. I'm gonna get out my video sometime tomorrow afternoon, evening time, so be on the lookout. And that's all I got. Check out your channel, MiaHasDiggles. Do it. MiaHasDiggles, her channel. Okay. All right.
We out.
Peace out.